Greetings everyone and welcome back to Nariyama's Let's Play Minecraft version 1.12 featuring Direwolf20's mod pack. This is episode 49 and gather around as we hear a cautionary tale about what happens when you leave your computer running and you have a tier 5 void ore miner with speed upgrades and accuracy upgrades. You fill up your refined storage system really fast. Particularly if you don't think to make drawers for things like dimensional shards and some other stuff. Yeah, it fills up really fast. So, I am currently fixing my storage woes. But today I thought, so I checked the comments. I didn't see any comments from yesterday's episode saying what you guys would like to see for this episode. So I did think of something. Today we're going to talk about RFTools dimensions. So one of the endgame things that you can do if you want to basically make sure you have a lot of a particular resource is to make an RFTools dimension that uses it. Now I'm not going to go into how to target specific things and stuff like that because that would take way too much time. But what I am going to show you is sort of how to get started. So if we look at the RFTools stuff, all the stuff down here is the dimension stuff, and there's actually a RFTools dimension manual that sort of tells you how to get this going. What you will need, at the very least, is you'll need a dimension builder, and then... see, I have the manual open now. I don't remember what it said. So you need the dimension builder, and then how to get there. So, you basically... you need a dialer. So what we'll do is... we'll just make one. Why not? Alright. So let's see what we have for RFTools here. Whoops, RGFT, RFTools. Alright, we got one machine frame. We got a fair number of parcels. We got lots of dimensional shards. This, by the way, was part of the problem. I didn't have a drawer for this, so I had 39,000 dimensional shards, eating up space on disks. Lots of fun. So, do we have a recipe for you? No, we don't. We'll just make a few. Looks good. Alright. So we need this dimension builder thing. We need a dialing device, a matter transmitter. So we can't just use our handy dandy advanced charge porter to get there. We can use it to get back. But let's go ahead and set these up. These should probably be downstairs. Well, the dialing device and the wow, where's my little... there it is. Dialing device and the transmitter should be down here. Let's put... I mean, I don't want to stick it there because that seems like a bad idea. Let's put it over here. Alright. Matter transmitter. To be like, I think they do. So let's stick the dialing device here. Alright, let's go ahead and power these suckers up. By the way, it is 1:15 a.m. and I definitely want to see the wake up on the dragon capsule, so this may be right around exactly a half an hour. Oh, that was a really bad statement, wasn't it? Maybe right around exactly. I'm good at this whole speech thing. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to say dialing device. Now, this is going to have all the different things. What will happen is once we create a dimension and power it, and we'll probably put that down here anyway. Why not? the name of the dimension will come up in the dialing device there, which is kind of cool. So those should all be empty. Oops. There we go. 16, 16. You're still full, so we should probably try and redo you. Because I didn't get that, I didn't get this up until it was already full. So I also put a bunch more upgrades in all these. Wow. That's already full, huh? I guess I need more. How much pulverized coal did we get? Evidently a lot. This isn't really the right answer. I should probably make them have void upgrades on them like the other ones here, but yeah, that seems like work. Alright, so looks like everything else is more or less good though. Yeah, looks like just that pulverized coal. Okay, coolness. Yeah, so I accidentally left the game running all day and all night, and yep, void miner. That thing will fill your stuff up. It is good at that. Came here and all the drives were red. I was like, oh no, what just happened? Mayday, mayday. Alright, so that's emptying out. Hopefully it will empty out and not create too many problems. We still got a ton of coal, a ton of oak wood. Yep. Lots of all the ingots. 64,000 iron, huh? Dang. We got ourselves a bit of iron. Alright, so RFTools. We have the dimension builder. Now what we need is a blank, an empty dimension tab. So these are kind of cool. Do I have enough paper to make a few of these? Cool. We might want to make a few just in case we get a really bad one to start. But yeah, so you can make your own dimensions. So you notice it's got all these dimension types, or dimlet types, and the dimlets are what sort of define the dimension, right? I don't want to do that because, like I said, it takes a lot of work. You know, crafting your own dimensions, while highly, highly lucrative and profitable, I mean, you can literally make a dimension that is nothing but diamond blocks, and is solid diamond blocks. So, you know, you have diamonds for days. Or awakened draconium blocks, which means you never have to go kill another ender dragon ever again. You know, stuff like that. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I think these are great ideas. I just, you know, like, I don't really want to go into it that far in one episode. So let's head down, throw our dimension builder down here. I think we'll actually throw it in the wall there. That's fine. Alright, so we do this. We stick this here. Right? No? I thought we stuck it in there. Maybe it's the dimension inscriber? No. I don't want an MC. Maybe that's not what I want? What happens if I just power you? I'm curious now. Curiosa and Curiosa. Okay, you're getting power. You accept it now. Alright, well, let's try building some of the other machines here. So, if I go back to my handy-dandy manual. Okay, coding your dimension. There we go. You need an empty dimension tab. To make a completely random world, you can simply click the store. Okay, good. That's what I wanted. So I do need the inscriber. Let's go with that. And we'll go down to our thing here. Since all of this is down here, we might as well be consistent, right? Alright. I don't know if you need power. Nope. Okay, cool. Store. Awesome. Random dimension. Creation cost 1,000 RF a tick. Maintenance cost 10 RF a tick. Tick cost 100 ticks. Okay. So, look me up. And here it's making the dimension. Now what's going to happen is, notice all that power went away, right? It's not that it's gone, it's just not there right now. And if I go here, I have an ID 3. Woohoo! By the way, I can name this myself if I wanted to. Right? Looks like its maintenance cost is 10 RF a tick, so not terribly complex. It'll go up to 40 million RF stored in the dimension, and then it'll just keep it powered as long as I have power going to this device. Which means you need to have this thing in a chunk-loaded chunk. If you do not have this thing in a chunk-loaded chunk, you will go to your dimension and it will start running on internal power. And then once that power runs out, you die. So yeah, don't do that. Alright, let's do that. Dial once. And we got our teleporter. Let's go check it out. Now, since this is 10 RF a tick, I don't expect it to be very complex or have anything really good. In fact, it's probably a skyblock. No. No, it's not too bad. Looks like kind of like an islands skyblock sort of thing. Sort of like the Ender Islands with, looks like deep ocean as the biome. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so these are the RFTools dimensions. They are random, which means you could get a skyblock, you could get a cave world, you could get, like I said, you could just randomly find something that's nothing but, you know, diamond blocks or something like that. All kinds of weird stuff. But one of the things you will find if you run around long enough in one of these dimensions is... Where is it? That's my thing. You'll find structures, right? What I'm looking for are a little house. And those houses have specific things in them. For one thing, they may have dimlets, if I remember correctly. But they may also have dimensional shards. So one of the things you will find in RFTools dimensions is dimensional shard ore. Now, we don't need this for dimensional shard ore because we get dimensional shard ore through the void ore miner, right? But you know, this is one of the ways of getting it if you don't choose to go with the void ore miner or something like that. This dimension looks pretty boring, quite frankly. It might be Eternal Day. I don't know. Looks like there are 2 suns. Definitely got some taiga biomes. Hey, there's some cows at least. Cows. Hey, here's what I'm looking for. All right. So if we go in here, notice the walls are made out of dimensional blank blocks. Whoops! I did not mean to hit that. Oops. Oh, okay. In relation to the pad. Let's see if I can pull it up though. It looks like that right down there. So south. Yeah. South. That way. Let's go find it. Okay. And I will try not to accidentally teleport out. So anyway, these structures have stuff that help you get sort of going with RFTools dimensions. And they are very, very nice for that purpose. So generally what I tend to do when I'm starting up a RFTools dimensions kind of world is I make a bunch of different random dimensions, I find some stuff in them, and then, you know, I reprogram the dimlet, or the dimension. So anyway, you know, we get a bunch of these. Try and find another one of those little houses or something like that, and just keep going. So that's kind of the idea here. Let's see what kind of random dimensions we can make. Ooh, hey, there's a metal forest biome. Cool. So this one looks pretty vanilla in terms of you know, what's available. It's mostly the sort of like end islands kind of layout, lots of dirt, and some random biome sort of stuff. So, okay, let's head out and make a new one. I think we can just overwrite the one that's there. So if we take this, pull it out, oops, stick it in here, and then hit store again. I think we get a different one. Oh no, name ID3 again. I don't want that one. Okay. Let's extract this one in here, store. Really? Why am I getting the same one? I really don't want that dimension. Alright. Like, I'm not sure what to do here. I know there's a way to get different ones. Coding your dimension. Okay. You can simply click store in the dimlets and it will be randomly selected. Right. Okay. So I think I need number dimlets. Let's see. Number dimlets. No. Okay. What did I get here? Material dimlet, clay, glass, eucalyptus wood, sky dimlet, effect. I don't want any of this stuff. I just want RFTools. So where's the number one? Rarity 0, okay. Digit dimlet, here we go. That's what I want. Okay, so let's try that. Down. So basically what I want is I want another, a different random thing. So let's stick that in there and store. Okay. Let's... And... one. Oops. That's fine. Name rand 1. Okay. I got ID 3, but that's not what I'm looking for here. Let's go there. Rand 1. Okay. That one's... How are you doing? Yeah, you're getting your thing. Hey, 20 RF tick this time. Maybe it'll be more interesting. We shall see. So yeah, the reason that I'm doing this so late, I spent most of today watching the SpaceX launch. We got folks going to the International Space Station on board a commercial spacecraft for the first time in a long time. Oh, that's kind of cool. What's that? Is that Prismarine? Oh my gosh. Check this out. It's like a Prismarine grid for as far as the eye can see. That's freaking awesome. Looks like there's flowers down there though. Cool. I'm digging it. Alright. I might keep this one. So, if you want to keep a dimension but don't want to have to power it, let's head back and we're going to create an activity monitor. And what's nice is the activity monitor will basically turn the dimension off as long as we're not in it. So, where is that? Right there, activity probe. Since we have some of those, let's go. Oh, and while we're here, let's make like a 1 digit or something. Where's that one? Dimlet digit 1. Oh, okay. I need more paper. I have no idea how much stuff I have in there, but that's okay. RFTools, cool. So I guess you cycle between the digits by putting it in a crafting grid, so this will make it digit 1. Yay. And as anybody who studies binary knows, we can now create 4 different types of things, because we go like this, stick that in there, we hit store, yay, digits 1. Looks like 10 RF tick again. But let's go ahead and dial. Oh, are you still in there? Yeah, you are. Okay, good. ID 4. Yep. Dial once. Boot. And we'll put our activity probe down. And you don't have to chunk load it. All that does is basically say, yep, don't keep me active while nobody's here. So we come over here and now we should see maintenance cost should be 0 for this, basically. Yeah, current power 40 million and it's not going down, right? So, all right, let's throw that in there. What are we getting here? 95. Sweet. So now once again, powering it up. Give it a few seconds and we'll check it out again. So again, why are we going through the motions of doing this? Well, one of the things that you saw up in here, if you're paying attention, is that I actually do have some dimlet stuff, right? So I have 64 dimlet parcels, which if you craft this, or I'm sorry, right-click this, you get a whole bunch of dimlets, right? And you can get all kinds of cool dimlets. So you can get like, you know, a biome controller or like a creature or something like that. You can just get some great stuff. And it allows you to craft a dimension to sort of the thing that you want, right? So you get like I said, you know, like a bunch of awakened draconium, or you get something that's like a like a dimension that's populated by ender dragons, right? So, you know, that way you don't need a dimension with awakened draconium. You can just get the dragon hearts and make it yourself. All that good kind of stuff. So, let's go ahead and get a crate that we can stick the dimensions that we want to keep in. Stick that here. Say, yep, we want to keep you because you have cool stuff. Alright. 40 million. Whoa. Maintenance cost 1,060 RF a tick, so that should be an interesting one. Let's see what we got here. Down once. Get ready to come back because, you it could be hostile. Well, I mean, it's not hostile. It's made out of glowstone. That's awesome. It's not hostile yet. Oh, this is lagging the hell out of me. Whoa. So, the reason this is lagging the hell out of me is all of this glowstone is lighting sources. So it's killing my graphics card to light everything up here. Definitely like it. Like, this is really cool, but I can see why this will not be a good one to keep around. What material is that? I am curious. What are you? Oh, just chiseled cobblestone. Okay. Yeah. I know. Lighting is hard. I got it. Let's get out of here. As interesting as this is, and it'd be fun to have like a infinite glowstone. Don't need it, so we'll go ahead and unpower you. Oops. Extract. Okay. So we got our one dimlet back. Let's go make a bunch more of those digit dimlets just because they're fun. At RFTools. Digit dimlets. Where'd you go? There you go. Let's make 4 of those. There we go. Alright, so now I can make a... I mean, I could make a 2. Sure, why not? I mean, or I could do like binary or something like that. 2, 3. And we add 0. Whoops. I meant to keep that as a 0. 4. Okay. Alright, so let's head back down. And we got a 1, we got a 2. Let's try 2. Alright. Build. Whoops. Have to build that. 15 RF attack. Alright. Well, maybe we'll get something other than the crosshatch pattern. But anywho, so you saw, like the one that had a bunch of prismarine. That's valuable, right? The prismarine stuff is good stuff. We can go. We can harvest that. We can get a bunch of prismarine really easily. And that's something that we don't make with the void core stuff. Whoa, hello. Yikes. Alright. I'm assuming ID 6. Dial once. What do we got? Let's have to think about it. Hey, Void World. Yay. Not yay. Not happy yays. Hey, we got little skeletons that we can fly to. Not a fan. Anyway, all right. So you get the idea, right? You make different worlds, and you can run around them and find the dimensional shards and more dimlets and get some cool stuff. Dimension exploring is actually kind of fun, and I do like doing it. It's neat to see some of the features that can come up. You can get like big globes of big floating globes. You can get stuff that's like these like tendrils that kind of run through the world, like veins. Very cool stuff. So play around with it, see what you can find, and if you get insanely lucky, you could literally get a world full of awakened draconium and never have to worry about killing the ender dragon. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, those are really rare, by the way. Really seriously rare. Anywho. All right, folks. I think that's actually going to do it for today's episode. Let's go up and see how our refined storage system is holding up. So that's done. We've got one full 64K disk. Looks like we're at 82K. That doesn't surprise me much. Okay, so this is 52,000 dimensional shards. What do we have over here? 52,000 dimensional shards. Well, okay then. So we got all those out. Where is that pulverized coal? 11,000 pulverized coal. What do we got in here? 11,000. Okay. Anything else? It really doesn't seem like we got that much of redstone. 43,000. What's my redstone say here? Yep, 43,000. All right. Well, I'm not sure what's filling this up then. I wouldn't, you know, if the drawers are properly upgraded and stocked, you really shouldn't have more than basically your stuff that you have maybe a few hundred of, if that. So, I don't know. Anyway. All right, folks. Well, thank you for watching, and hopefully this was an interesting episode looking at RFTools Dimensions. You know, there's some really neat stuff in this, in RFTools and in the sort of endgame content of the mod pack. Tomorrow we're gonna go beat up the Ender Dragon. Show how to respawn him, and show some tricks for, you know, what to do with the end if as a dimension. You know, it's funny because the end isn't really sort of the end of the game dimension. It's really more sort of the beginning of the end game dimension, if you want to think of it that way. Other than the Chaos Dragon. The Chaos Dragon is freaking hard, but you know, like the End Islands make a good source for Ender Pearls. You can get tons and tons of Ender Lilies there and just go to town with Ender Lilies and Ender Pearls that way. Lots of good stuff you can do. Block of coal, obsidian. It's not the obsidian. Huh. I wonder what it is. Might be basalt, actually. Basalt's a material that we don't have a drawer for. That's 6,000 right there. So, anyway, all right. Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully, nobody's too disappointed by a little bit of a shorter episode today, but we'll finish up the series tomorrow and move on to the next one. There'll probably be about a week, maybe a little longer break between the seasons. I kind of want to get a little bit of downtime, not have to worry about recording episodes every day. But yeah, once we start back up, I'll try and... I think I like this cadence of about 50 episodes to a season. You know, I know a bunch of folks do longer, and I'm totally okay with that. But this way you get to see kind of, you know, in a quick, you know, month-long sort of sprint, month-and-a-half sprint, you know, a bunch of content and some good stuff. So hopefully you guys have learned something. Like, you know, that's you know, my absolute best time of my life is as a teacher, and I really love teaching stuff like this. So if there's something you just would like to see, you know, like, hey, Nariyama, you know, people have shown this one mod, but I really, you know, am struggling with it, or, you know, don't quite, you know, get how to do it efficiently, and you know, they make it look easy, but I'm not sure how to get it going, or something like that. Let me know, and I will try and make it work for you, and explain how it works as we go. So anyway, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you in the final episode tomorrow for this season. Thanks for watching. Bye.